If you work outdoors and you just brushed against a suspected three-leafed plant, stop what you're doing. The clock to prevent a severe reaction is already ticking. These plants produce a highly potent, invisible sap oil called Urushiol. Within minutes of contact, this oil binds directly to the surface layer of your skin and begins penetrating the tissue. Once that oil absorbs, your body triggers an allergic reaction. This leads to intense itching, red patches, swelling, and eventually severe weeping blisters that can spread across your body. To stop this process, we are going to walk through a strict protocol. Step 1 is decontaminating your skin and gear. Step 2 is treating your immediate symptoms. And Step 3 is securing your workers' compensation benefits. Right now, you need to gather 3 specific items to execute this protocol: a heavy degreasing soap, household disinfecting wipes, and your smartphone. Following this decontamination and documentation sequence provides the physical defense against the rash, while building the administrative record needed to support a medical claim. Step 1. Immediately stop working. Pull out your smartphone and take a clear photograph of the plant you touched. This provides crucial evidence for your employer and your medical provider. You are looking for specific warning signs. Western poison ivy, for example, grows as a low shrub with a distinct leaves of 3 pattern, and it often clusters small, immature fruit near the stem. But these plants adapt to their environment. Pacific poison oak can appear as a woody shrub or as a low-growing ground vine blanketing the forest floor. The foliage also changes with the seasons. In the fall, the leaves can turn a shiny red. They might look different than they did in the spring, but they carry the exact same threat. Now that you've identified the plant, you must isolate the oil. Do not wear your work boots into your truck or your house. Leave them outside. When you remove your clothes, peel them off inside out to trap the oils against the inner fabric. Proper identification and immediate physical isolation prevent this biological hazard from transferring off your worksite and infiltrating your home, furniture, and family. Next, we address your skin. Get to a sink and use warm water paired with a heavy degreaser. Standard hand soap won't cut it. You need rubbing alcohol or a strong dishwashing liquid to break down the plant oils. Your hands are the main problem right now, specifically your fingernails. They scrape the oil off the plant and act as a delivery system, spreading the resin to your face, arms, or anywhere else you scratch. Use a physical bristle brush. Apply the degreasing soap directly to the bristles and scrub underneath every fingernail to dislodge the trapped oil. A quick warning: do not use household disinfecting wipes or bleach on your body. Those chemicals are meant for hard surfaces and will cause further damage to your skin. Because Urushiol is a persistent oil, aggressive mechanical friction and specialized degreasers are the only effective ways to physically strip it off and halt the allergic reaction. Even if your skin is clean, your equipment is now contaminated. Urushiol oil is non-living, meaning it doesn't die off over time. It can remain active and reactive on unwashed surfaces for up to 5 years. Put on a fresh pair of disposable gloves. Grab your disinfecting wipes and wipe down every hard surface you touched. That includes your boots, all your tools, and your vehicle steering wheel. Take those inside-out work clothes and drop them directly into the washing machine. Wash them by themselves in hot water with a heavy detergent, completely separated from your regular household laundry. If you are clearing land, never throw suspected poisonous plants into a burn pile. The fire does not destroy the Urushiol. Instead, the oil binds to the smoke particles. Inhaling this smoke carries the oil directly into your lungs, causing internal inflammation. Treating your tools and clothing as active biohazards ensures you won't suffer re-exposure weeks or months after your initial contact with the plant. If a rash appears over the next few days, start with baseline first aid. Apply wet compresses, use calamine lotion to soothe the blistering, and take an over-the-counter antihistamine to manage the itching. Monitor your symptoms closely. If the rash spreads to your face or genitals, or if you experience any difficulty breathing, seek professional medical attention immediately. If your exposure happened on the job, you need to understand how workers' compensation applies. To qualify, must meet specific criteria showing the exposure was job-related and requires medical treatment or lost work time. Follow 4 administrative steps. First, the exposure. Second, notify your supervisor. Third, a medical visit. Fourth, file a first report of injury. The medical visit is the crucial link, providing the objective clinical documentation the Workers' Comp Bureau requires to process your case. To strengthen your case, gather all supporting evidence. This includes the photos of the plant, photos of your rash, and written statements from coworkers who witnessed the exposure in the work area. Meticulous documentation and official medical records allow a biological reaction to meet the standards required for a compensable workplace injury. By executing the physical decontamination steps immediately, you stripped the Urushiol from your skin, minimized the severity of the current rash, and neutralized the risk of re-exposure from contaminated gear. If you've ever brushed against a poisonous plant, the redness and the itching aren't caused by the leaves themselves. The real enemy is a microscopic, invisible oil called Urushiol. Whether you accidentally step into a patch of Western poison ivy, Eastern poison ivy, or poison oak, the chemical culprit is exactly the same. These plants blend perfectly into their environments. They can grow as vines, shrubs, or even disguise themselves with brilliant red foliage in the fall, making the oil incredibly difficult to spot in the wild. But you can fight back. We are going to walk through a 5-minute protocol to strip oil off your body, completely decontaminate your gear, and treat the resulting skin irritation. Time is your most valuable asset here. Leaving Urushiol on your skin or your equipment guarantees weeks of misery. A rapid decontamination stops the chemical ambush before it takes hold. Step 1 is immediate physical removal. As soon as you suspect exposure, wash the affected area with lots of cold running water and a heavy degreasing agent. Regular dishwashing soap or rubbing alcohol works perfectly. You need to rinse continuously while you wash. If the soapy solution dries on your skin, it can actually drag the Urushiol across your body and expand the exposed area. Next, grab a stiff bristle brush and scrub deep underneath your fingernails. This is a critical step most people miss. If Urushiol hides under your nails, you will spread the oil everywhere you scratch. Under no circumstances should you use harsh household cleaners, Clorox wipes, or bleach directly on your skin to treat the exposure. Urushiol is a non-living oil, not a bacteria or a virus. You cannot kill it with disinfectants. You have to mechanically lift it and wash it away. Friction and degreasing soap are the only safe, effective tools to break that chemical bond with your skin. Step 2 is the quarantine. Before you even walk inside your house, take your shoes off and leave them outdoors. Then, peel off your clothes inside out to trap the oils within the fabric. Drop those contaminated clothes directly into the washing machine. Run a load with hot water and heavy detergent, and make sure you wash them completely separate from your everyday laundry. The moment you start that washing machine, head straight to the sink and wash your hands and arms with soap and water one more time. Step 3 covers your hard equipment. Grab your hiking poles, boots, and tools, and wipe them down thoroughly with rubbing alcohol or disinfecting wipes. If you skip your gear, you leave a trap for yourself. Urushiol resin is incredibly stable and can remain active on the surface of objects for up to 5 years. People often report mysterious, unexplainable rashes weeks or even years after a hike. In almost every case, it happens because they touched an unwashed boot or garden tool. Once the oil is removed from your body and gear, you can treat the inevitable rash. Apply cold, wet compresses, or calamine lotion, or over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream to any unbroken skin. For severe itching, you can soak in an oatmeal bath or take an oral antihistamine like diphenhydramine. Diphenhydramine is a common allergy medication, often sold as Benadryl, that reduces your body's immune response, though it may make you drowsy. Let's address the clear fluid inside weeping blisters cannot spread the rash to others. Only the initial Urushiol oil triggers a reaction. The blister is just your immune system responding to where the oil originally made contact. As long as you have completed the decontamination protocol, that rash is a strictly contained allergic reaction. It is absolutely not a contagious infection. For landscapers, utility workers, and other outdoor professionals, encountering poison ivy while performing your job duties is a recognized workplace injury. If this happens on the clock, wash the affected area immediately, report the exact circumstances to your supervisor, and take clear photographs of both the job site and your resulting rash. Next, you must file a First Report of Injury, or FROI. FROI is an official state document used to initiate a workers' compensation claim, which secures coverage for your medical expenses and any lost time away from work. Regardless of where you were exposed, monitor your symptoms closely. If the rash spreads to your face or genitals, or if you experience severe swelling and difficulty breathing, then go to an emergency room immediately. And finally, never burn plant brush that might contain poison ivy. The heat releases Urushiol into the air, and inhaling that smoke causes severe, hospitalizing lung irritation. By strooping oil from your skin, quarantining and neutralizing your gear, treating your symptoms safely, and documenting the incident, you take back control and successfully neutralize the threat.